The rumor mill is a buzz these days because news is coming out that Doctor Who gives a flying foot might most likely be cancelled because Ncuti Gatwa is most likely done with it. Who could have seen this coming? Me, I saw it coming. I told you what was going to happen so many times. But let's dive into this one here, right? This article from the Sun states exterminate. Doctor Who facing axe as lead star Ncuti Gatwa quits amid woeful ratings and fans' fury at woke storylines. Now, here's the thing, people. I did not watch this. I watched part of the Christmas special and I was like, nah, this is nonsense and I'm done. But I covered extensively how badly these ratings were for this Doctor Who. It literally lost millions of viewers. Millions. No, I'm not joking. It literally lost millions of viewers. That's how bad it was because when they first put in Jodie Whittaker as the Doctor, and we all knew what they were trying to do there. Then they had the timeless children, and everybody was like, no, all they had to be mad, and people left in droves. After that, the only option was to just make the Doctor black and gay, and we're like, yeah, let's promote that because that's what people want. You had Russell Davies going in there and injecting as much of that into there as possible, and then acting, well, this is what I want to do, what I want to do. And this is the problem when you have that kind of belief. You start to think that instead of making good content, you must make what you want. And you start to see the world that if anybody doesn't immediately agree and love that they are the problem. That's what you started. That doesn't happen, and this was the result of it. The ratings for it got worse everywhere. It was the worst ratings in over 60 years of this show. It was absolutely abysmal. Now, to be fair, this is only a rumor stating that he's quit and looking to cancel the show. It was just a rumor. And I'm going to go over why this rumor may have some credence to it and why it may not have some credence to it. Or I shouldn't say it should, but something else might have. But let's go into this as we go more there. Doctor Who is facing the axe with star Ncuti Gatwa poised to quit and crew claiming to be laid off. The recent series suffered abysmal ratings with fans outraged by the BBC shoehorning wokery into storylines. Like I've said before, I say again, show me one example where pushing as much woke garbage into anything as possible has ever, and I mean ever, had anything profitable come out of it. I could sit down right there and wait all day, and I'm sure you would never be able to tell me what that actually is. So that's what happens. Let's get to the part here. Bosses have postponed any decision until Ncuti's second season has aired later this year. But the Scot 32 is already believed to have filmed his regeneration exit scene, and crew fear the BBC will shelve the show after 62 years. Now, here's the thing about it. He's not even technically the Doctor because they didn't even do a regeneration. Whether it is some kind of bi-generation thing where he and David Tennant split because that's the crap they were trying to do. Now, there's also a rumor out there that, they're going to be bringing back David Tennant after they get rid of him because they're trying to save it, but that's not even going to work anymore because David Tennant has already screwed himself up so badly with this. The whole reason why they did that bi-generation nonsense, which still makes no sense to me, is because they wanted to go in there and say, okay, when this eventually fails, because we know it will, we will just have David Tennant on standby there to jump back in, even though we literally filmed an episode where he literally got talked down to by a man pretending to be a woman and another woman telling him, because he isn't a woman, he wouldn't understand things anymore because he's a stupid man. It was very, very weird. Very weird. They just kept destroying any and everything and they could, because they can't create anything without destroying everything that ever made anything good. An insider said Ncuti doesn't want to be tied to the series beyond this and plans to relocate to Los Angeles, where several Hollywood projects standing by for him. Oh yes, because who would have ever thought that the man who went in there to, instead of play the doctor, went in there to play his own self, which is a black gay man pretending to be the doctor, and figure out what everybody would like, would suddenly have a problem with that. Shocking. Absolutely shocking. His team, oh God, he has a team. Wow, way to really hype that up. All right. Also see a lot of fan backlash from the series and don't want the perception of him still being the doctor to get in the way of any future work. I'm sorry, Russell, that's not going to work. That is not going to work. He is always going to be seen as the doctor, and as the doctor who destroyed what was left of something that was already destroyed because you decided to put him in there to play black gay Doctor Who. That was it. Not Doctor Who, you know. No. And like I said before, I say again, if you had wanted to make the Doctor black, it could have worked. Because of the very nature of the thing, but no, you didn't do that. They even just went away when they made Sir Isaac Newton black, which made no sense, but whatever. You could have done that because of the very nature of how Doctor Who works and how, he keeps getting regenerated into different people. You could have found a way to actually do that. And if you had had a good actor, good storyline, it could have worked. Nobody had a problem with his race. The problem was that you wanted to make it all about his race and who he jumps in the sack with. And that's what people had a problem with. That's why people were walking away in droves, and everybody who tried to play like, oh, no, it isn't this a whole bunch of race, so like kind of thing. All this modern audience you all keep claiming exists. Why don't they ever show up? Because them and all sick and fed up at this nonsense. The show has been poorly managed in recent years, and there's a lot of people who've been working on this show for years and are now being cast aside due to poor leadership. What a shocker. People warned some episodes were getting too caught up on an agenda rather than telling a story, and those people got shouted down, ignored. You ever notice something? How the very people who like to claim that they are all about diversity, inclusion, and equity are the very same people who never want to hear a damn thing you have to tell them. It's really shocking. I was talking with somebody the other day, and I was saying to them, these very people are the same ones who contradict themselves at every term. Racism is wrong except when they're doing it. Body shaming is wrong except when they're doing it. Cussing people out is wrong except when they're doing it. That's what they do. That's how these people have damaged themselves so badly. They refuse to listen to a damn thing other than what it is they want to hear. That's the entire thing. They will tell you straight to your face, listen, racism bad, this bad, that bad, next one bad, this and the other. But then they will turn around and do all of it and act like they're supposed to be justified for doing that because this is it. Ncuti's first series, which began last May, attracted between 2.25 million and 3.18 million viewers, a tiny fraction of what it used to pull in. Like I said, it lost millions of viewers. This thing lost like over 3 million viewers. Controversy over the storyline has ramped up since 2023 when Russell T Davies returned as showrunner. Yeah, Russell T Davies came and said he was going to put as much of that in there as possible. And then you had Ncuti Gatwa, wasn't making it any better for anybody, telling people, oh, don't watch it, go and touch grass. And when the same people said, you know what? Let me go and touch grass and ignore this shit. Suddenly you became all apologetic kind of thing now. You all destroyed it. That's what you did. You destroyed it because you are a bunch of arrogant, narcissistic idiots who don't care about what you're making. All you want to do is push agendas. And like I've said before, it's always going to fail. It's always going to fail. People want entertainment, not your agenda. Nobody gives a shit. Even the people who claim to care don't actually care. They just want to push agendas. That's all they want. Because this is popular right now, let me go and jump in on that. That's what they do. Let me go and jump in on that because this is popular right now. Absolutely ridiculous, boy. Absolutely ridiculous. But the BBC has issued a statement stating that, rumors abound that Doctor Who star Ncuti Gatwa is said to walk away from the sci-fi drama, leaving the future of the show in doubt. But the BBC has hit back at reports. The BBC has furiously denied that Doctor Who is on the cusp of being cancelled, but refused to rule out Ncuti Gatwa walking away from the iconic show. Rumors erupted that 32-year-old Ncuti Gatwa plans to quit the show after just 2 seasons. The star joined the show in 2023, taking over the lead role of the Doctor after Jodie Whittaker bowed out, but the report claimed that he aims to walk away from the TARDIS at the end of the upcoming 15th season. The rumors of his exit have sparked fears the BBC could cancel the series, which has seen the show's viewership drop from the huge numbers of its heyday to just 3.5 million in the most recent episode. That actually was less than that, but still. A dramatic drop in ratings has also been recorded despite Disney investing in a long-running show since the season 14 was planned. Now Disney is why I wanted to touch on this, because Disney has some stake in this. They have put money into it, right? The thing about it is that why they say it's that, BBC wants to say earlier that I think it might very well be possible that Ncuti Gatwa is done, perhaps most likely done, whatever, whether it's done or not. The thing about it is that if Disney decides to pull their money and say, you know what, we're gone, they have no choice but to shut down, because they were literally relying on that. But the kind of nonsense we were getting, you had drag queens playing villain, all kind of nonsense. Nobody was interested in that. But if Disney decides that they are going to stick around and put their money in there, they're most likely going and look to, as I said before, bring back David Tennant to try and garner some kind of sympathy watch before what decide to inject more of their crap in there. Because as I've said it before, don't think just because Disney is starting to backtrack on certain things that Disney is done with all of this DEI. Not, as I said it before, I'll say again, Disney is determined to die on that woke hill. The people working at that company are determined to keep pushing these things. The only way that that's going to have any kind of staying power over Disney to stop all of this nonsense if everybody involved in it, Bob Iger and the rest, are gone and they bring in competent people who still give a crap. That's the only thing that they have going for them. So yes, the BBC is stating that, they're trying to squash rumors that Doctor Who has been cancelled, saying it's still there. If Disney decides to keep putting their money in there, very well, it might stick around for a little longer. But I don't think it's going to matter at this point. I think people have just had enough of Doctor Who, the same way people have had enough of Star Wars. Disney has destroyed Star Wars to the point where nobody cares anymore. And the only thing that they can do is probably the only thing that Star Wars is going to have to do, that the MCU is going to have to do. Cancel it, leave it for about 7 to 10 years, let people get this stink out of their mouth, and then bring it back, but bring it up with competent people to tell good stories, and then maybe you might start to slowly build back a fan base. But if you think you're just going to jump in there and be done with it, no, you're not. So those are the rumors out there right now, that Ncuti Gatwa is most likely done and Doctor Who is getting cancelled, because honestly, who gives a flying foot anymore? But if Disney decides to keep their money in there, it might stick around, but it doesn't matter. Nobody cares anymore. You did this to yourself, and I, for one, I'm sitting here smiling from here to there, and I can triumphantly say, it's damn good for all you. This is what all you get. Take that. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. If you have a different opinion, I'd love to hear it. If you like it, hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Ring the notification bell to be notified every time I put out a new video. And I shall see you all next time. Take care.